into Navi versus Fnatic.
Funny story about this map is that Navi played it for the third time or something overall at DreamHack in the quarterfinal against my Danish fellas Dignitas. Dignitas had a really good read on Navi in this quarterfinal in the best of 3 and went to pick that map, even though it wasn't one of the best to try and counter Navi.
I'm afraid the game has actually just begun. They're so desperate to get this game underway. We need to jump straight on in as Fnatic versus Navi with your casters Anders and Pansy.
Thank you very much, Alex. And we're back here at the caster desk, and I've got Pansy with me. We're getting ready already. There's no time to waste.
There is none.
Man, it's good.
It is good. The Pandas duo is back, but we are live into this. This is the pistol round. There's no messing about here. And we're seeing what we kind of learned to expect. Olof getting that Tech 9 early with armor dropped to him, I believe, by Pronax. So nice to see some trends sticking true even on this map. So what do we make of it so far coming into this? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, it's really, really hard to predict, but I think Fnatic have a slight edge on this particular map here, but it's really hard to predict. Guardian already dropping slightly low. Definitely looked like Fnatic are actually trying to make the bomb head over towards the A-bomb site, but they've changed their minds, and I'm not sure what the info was that they got for doing that. They do have one guy looking, or was looking down in drop zone in the middle of the map, so maybe he saw something, or you know, didn't spot a player, and that was what, because they didn't know how to change there. They were free to go if they wanted to, but they didn't. In the middle, though.
3 players waiting here.
He's looking really good. Seized will find that kill on Fusher. He was going to look up behind, and now they know. Definitely Navi have the information at this point in time. It's going to be Guardian picking up Prims, and Zeus, look at that, running and gunning, takes down JW, and Olofmeister, Tech 9 and armor. It's a really, really good combination, but unless they fight him one at a time, oh my god, and they will! Pronax helping out with that kill, and Guardian going down. It's now a triple kill for Olofmeister. He's got plenty of health to do this as well. Zeus is very low. Seized. Although, oh my god, he gets another kill in now. Clock's running out, 7 seconds. Olofmeister looking for the kill, 5 seconds. He goes for it, it's a headshot, and it's going to be the round done. And Fnatic steal it. Olofmeister steals it.
Insane beginning coming out for Olof. We were just discussing, you know, Navi can be that emotional side if something gets them on tilt. I think we've just seen what might begin it, and they were looking so good. They were so present on the correct site. Everything looked perfect. But now...
What could possibly make you tilt more than Olofmeister landing an ace at the first round of the game? That seems unbelievable.
Well, can there be any saving grace for Navi now? They do have at least the Scout, the 5/7, Deagles here and there, so there's a combination that could at least work. Head armor purchased up as well. They're at least looking to make a dent into this, but a confident Fnatic is a dangerous Fnatic, and they still look so calm.
Always. Always, no matter who they're facing. And I still think there's a good chance that Fnatic aren't even really showing us everything that they've got. I think Fnatic are wanting to play through this group stage, showing as little as possible, because I know in fact that a lot of the top teams have a lot of new smokes, and I haven't seen any of them yet, so I know they're coming at some point, but group stage might not be the best place to show all of it. Grenade out there, and Starrick, sorry, dropping fairly low. So a little bit of damage put in already. Fnatic trying to play this as safely and smartly as they can. Seized, close to the middle here with the C set, and Guardian's also up there.
Very dangerous spot for Seized as well. He could really inflict some sort of damage if maybe Edward takes their mind off it. He does finally pounce, he gets one, but quickly Olof does deny any more, and now 4v3, it looks like Navi are being pushed on all fronts.
Guardian goes down, caught in a weird position, wanted to rotate over into the bomb site, which might have been a smart plan, but he just didn't have the timing for it. So, only Pronax going down, definitely a good round so far for Fnatic. Starrick's best he could do is get an exit kill or two. I appreciate the fact that Fnatic tried to play that round as slowly as they did, really not showing themselves, and also, more importantly, staying really grouped up. Because the worst thing that can happen in a round like this, because you know the CT side is going to have armor, if they get a lonely pick-off on one person, steal the AK or steal the M4 or the AK, and then go on fighting. So you got to be grouped up all the time, basically.
We can expect that sort of play from Fnatic. These guys are astounding at keeping these sort of rounds going, and it's nice to see a very clean one to follow such a messy beginning. But Olof on 8-0 already. That's something you don't see every day, but it is major time. That's the thing. He seems to come to play at these majors. So the man we're just discussing on your screens right now. So
yeah, he's responsible for 80% of the kills on Fnatic.
It's probably not stat right
there. It's not going to be true forever, but right now it is. Bit of a boost here for actually a counter boost. Edward trying to look over here. So very smart play, creative style coming up with the UMP on Crims. Going to put an end to Edward for the moment at least. In the meantime, the bombs are making its way over A-long, and I mean, Na'Vi going for a risk here, and I think it's a perfectly valid idea for them. They can't know what's going to happen, but if they're all in the one bomb site, maybe it would have worked out. Olofmeister, though, Tech9 running and gunning, still got more bullets, and it will be a triple kill. So Seized, last man standing, and Olof, he's going to find him while jumping as well. So extra style points puts him at 12 kills total.
Terrifying, absolutely terrifying to see a man already hitting this sort of streak this early on. First 3 rounds, and he's probably got more kills than some players have had through the entirety of the last couple of games we've seen. This is a Fnatic that can walk these groups, which hopefully we can see now being slightly halted, as it will be the gun round coming in.
Right, if you're another player, if you're another team in this tournament, you want Fnatic to be pressured in the group stage, so they're forced to show as much as they can during the group stage, so they don't have that many hidden secrets left. Right now, Fnatic just playing the game that they were meant to play here. 4th round coming up, and crucially, no AWP on Guardian, and even a FAMAS on Zeus here. Not the best weaponry for CT side.
Certainly not. We are going to start seeing at least a couple of smokes being put down, flashes to follow. The counter does come in, and it's the drop push that seems to be the focus for Fnatic. 3 players starting to head on through. Zeus found one, but it's not enough to stop the players. Olaf will start to begin working towards site, but it's Crims picking them up as they go through. Now, Seized and Starix are still standing. Starix is still waiting, but it's Crims again. They're so clinical at taking this site now.
Yeah, very, very patient play. Initial aggression, and then a complete grind to a halt where they just wait for Na'Vi essentially to make the mistakes and take the fights, and then they're ready for it here. Good double kill on Seized, but it's still a 1v2. A lot more work ahead of him here. Walks in, and Olofmeister's waiting inside here. Seized already so low, and without the kit as well, not much of a reason for him to try and throw away this M4. But Crims can actually hear him running away.
And it looks like he might want to try and deny as much away from him as possible, and could possibly find him so close now. And they're both hunting them down. And Olaf, you don't need to ask him twice, gets himself once again a kill with the Tech9. This guy is going to town with this gun. Crimzo, 3 in that round as well on the gun. Pretty impressive stuff. And just look at that scoreboard. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with. And it's hard to really say anything about how Na'Vi is playing on this map so far, because they've had 1 chance at it with rifles. Yeah. And they got shot down pretty early on, lost the entry frags over at B, and couldn't really recover. I would like to see Na'Vi try and get a little bit more information about what's happening on the map. And actually on the far side of the map over at A, they're doing just that. Unfortunately, it's an eco round for them, but they need to push up and find out what's actually happening before Fnatic strike.
Yeah, gathering that early information can be so vital, but as you said, Fnatic not only giving away so little towards their entire game plan, but even early in rounds, very hard to read into them. Crims looking for a pixel out of place there by drop, but Edward this time not wanting to be boosted, just going to sit down and wait with that CZ. Ideal actually in drop, but Guardian this time does at least get a little bit of a glimpse there and cautiously waits.
Seized, ready and waiting. Good pistol for this range. 1 shot will kill you, and he gets a second one as well. Pronax going down. Guardian did fall in the meantime, but really great effort put into it by Seized, playing those angles really well. And Fnatic, they didn't even play that badly. They actually tried to fall back and tried to put some distance between themselves and Seized, knowing that he was that close, but he was just a little bit too aggressive there. Olofmeister hasn't died in this game yet, and he's not going to die to Zeus either. Man.
He's like he's on another level right now. Compared to everyone else, he is playing 10 steps ahead, and Edward, the man who got the AK now, maybe looking to do some sort of damage?
Yeah, and I'm worried about Edward actually running in like this alone, but he will get the shot on JW, which is very good. It's a big risk, because this AK could be worth so much to Na'Vi in the upcoming round, and if they end up losing it, well then, again, they'll be back to a much worse position here. They need that AWP up and running. They need a lot of equipment on the CT side to stop Fnatic.
And I think Edward knows that. He's going to get out of there with Seized. Both of them do manage to at least take out an AK for now. Whether or not they get Hind down, I don't think they can even be really too caught up with if they play it right.
A small... No, I don't think. I think they're going to be all right.
I think they should be safe enough.
A small point about the position that Olofmeister was holding in the back of that bomb site, by that wooden shed that's back there, or whatever it is.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever that tiny building there.
Yeah.
It's not a great place to hide, because you can shoot through all of it. It's basically made out of wood, and the wood is really, really thin. So if you're just hiding in there and thinking that you're safe, you're definitely not. So we haven't seen anyone try and shoot. So I'm wondering, the teams obviously know, but no one's really trying to take advantage of it. As we're realizing that Olofmeister's got 15 kills and no deaths. Well,
we finally get to see the AWPs in action. Coming to the round number 6, we've got Guardian picking up 1 and JW now. So maybe that classic battle that we've been waiting for might have some form of answer, but it's this man right now who's still performing.
They've even left him alone. I mean, they've just said, Olofmeister, you just do your thing, and the rest of the team will do something else, which is definitely very interesting.
It's like Kenny Esper with a gun right now, and it's doing the work as sees the flash backs up. As you said, Olof just doing his own thing, roaming on his own. Literally, the rest of his side are nowhere near. And look where the bomb is as well. That's miles away. They're so tentative.
He's trying to play the edge of the smoke, walking in, checking every corner. He's so thorough in this work, really patient. He's got 50 seconds left still. If he makes an opening now, the rest of his team, well, they're actually falling back. They left the bomb all the way on the T side and middle, so they just want to find something. Guardian usually would have expected him to be a little bit quicker, maybe just a little bit caught off guard looking at his teammate's monitor or something like that, which does happen at LAN. Olofmeister ready. Starix, grenade out. Olofmeister knows. He knows because of the grenade. He goes for one more here. Can't win the fight against Zeus. And in this bomb site, Seized caught sleeping as well. Will connect with the spray. Zeus still alive over here. Takes down Crims. Great defense being put up here by Na'Vi. JW, though, cheekily clicking away. Zeus going to go down, and now he's ready with the AWP. The bomb ticking away in the background. JW almost got that kill off. Looked like that was going to be on, but not quite. Smoke's going back and forth. JW running through the smoke, not going to make it work. And Edward comes in, clutches it, and saves it. You're getting worried there, Lauren. I could tell. You thought JW had that, maybe.
It's hard to doubt the man, though. It's JW. There was a second in that smoke.
And JW is actually the only other player that I can think of that shares this one trait with Happy over at NOE of doing these crazy things, pushes through smoke like that. Very, very interesting. There's like 3 players in the world that in my mind are like very, very keen at playing around the smokes, and it's Happy, JW, and Snacks at Virtus Pro. So those are the 3 that are really scary.
And so far, the players you just listed have normally done very well in majors. And once again, it looks like we might be seeing actually something a little different. Not just Olof this time. Maybe they're going to slow down and switch up, but at the moment it looks like they're going to be hitting B pretty darn hard for Fnatic, and Zeus will be on the receiving end if they commit to this. Maybe boosting up maybe Starix here, just have a little peek over towards the edge.
Starix, they're going to come through. The flashbang will actually flash him there. He can't see a thing. He goes down. JW with the kill. Pronax to follow up. And now they need to have a plan here, Na'Vi. How do they retake the side? Because the problem is, if they lose these 3 rifles, they're going to be broke the next round. So they kind of have to fight, or they have to save everything. It's one or the other.
Well, the question is being asked of them as Olaf goes hunting. I think they'll know their answer as they already start to try and run away, but Guardian and Seized literally stuck between a rock and a hard place. Olaf and Flusher. And now, bomb ticking. They're going to have to choose one. Seized does manage to take down Flusher, but Seized is now in a 1v2. He has no chance. He's defusing this, but he does at least get Crims on the way out, and he might just stay alive here.
Where's the bomb planted? Oh, it's actually on the other side. He could just hold it down. He might be able to do this.
Surely not.
He's going to go for it once. JW running for him. Oh, clock out Seized, but there's no time. No. Oh, no, there isn't. That's a quad kill from Seized. And there's no way that he could have known this. But if he had ran initially, if
and just straight done it,
there was a really tiny chance that could have worked out. What around? But you know, again, credit to Fnatic for really making that round work so well. The flashbangs out through the smoke as well. The whole team just made their way through. The second time Olofmeister dies as well. So I mean, he's starting, you know, his ratio is starting to fall from that perfect 15-0. But still pretty good.
It was the first time we saw them really hitting the bomb site together on a buy. So maybe it just doesn't allow him to lurk as much. But Guardian actually going for the glass cannon here as Seized does await the push coming out from the Fnatic side, and this time he does wait perfectly, gets down Crims, looks for the follow-up, not going to get it so comfortably as he goes back with just the USP, and Pronax won't obviously have any of that, picks up a double himself and brings it to a 3v3, so it's a little bit messier now, but it still feels as though Fnatic are in so much of control of this map.
Guardian could actually afford an AWP, but he doesn't have any armor. He's going to go down quick. JW not connecting either. So 2v2. Still got plenty of time for Fnatic, and in a 2v2 like this, that helps them so much. If it was 2v2 with, you know, 25 seconds left, Na'Vi could probably guess what was going on. But now, look at them. Zeus holding, Starix sort of in the middle. But that also means, no matter what happens, Fnatic are going to have a huge advantage just being grouped up.
Fnatic can be working together. It looks like they're going to be committing, at least for now, towards A. And I don't think if they commit this far, they'll be able to rotate in time unless they take down Zeus. See them commit here.
Look at this.
2v1.
11 seconds. That's our new feature, and that's actually if you run. So if they're walking like this, I mean, they're going to be in the bomb site with very little time left. The problem is Zeus has no equipment to stop them. He's got no grenades. Starix has one. Actually 2 grenades. So he could have, if it had been Starix instead, he could have bought a lot of time here, but Zeus has to just try and kill them. Oh, and he scopes up just at the wrong time. Now at Starix, there's not much he could do here. They're going to be in the bomb site in time for the plant. He's going to have to try and clutch it, because they will be ecoing this time. It was kind of a force up this round with no armor on Guardian, but they need to try and do it.
And it does become so hard to retake, especially with that truck now that Olof can just dance around it. Pronax watching the push in, surely going to shut him down. Starix did get a tag, but down to 15 HP. There's not a lot to be done. Pronax claims it, and Fnatic maintains such a strong scoreline here.
Man, not exactly the ideal start here for the Na'Vi team. Definitely very rough. Olofmeister talking to his teammates, saying, you know, we've got this. It's not going to be an issue at all. They seem like they always do, very calm, very relaxed on the Fnatic side, just not much worry. And Coach Devilwalk in the background, looking good as well. 18-1-2 currently for Olofmeister, 7-1 overall in favor of Fnatic here. And it's pistols back on the Na'Vi side. They're pushing a little bit over at the A side of the map. Flusher, though, we will catch Seized. No big problem there.
That grenade as well. Zeus and Starix both being caught with that one. As Olof looking to do down to that UMP, and it can rip through people without armor. That gun is a beast in those situations. And this should be a very comfortable round. Edward, I don't think can get much, and it is completely clean from Fnatic. They are adding insult to injury here almost. It's even when there's not really meant to be a hope for Na'Vi, they get nothing at all. They don't even get a gun out of the game, and Starix really struggling in this one. 0-9 currently in his previous game up against Flipside. 15-12, not the best certainly, but certainly not the worst, and really quite a stark comparison so far. Well, let's see if they can finally stop the trend. At the moment, they're back at least with some sort of weaponry. Maybe not the fullest of grenades that they may want, but I guess they're just going to have to make do.
They definitely won't be playing a game where they can just keep smoking off. This is a great counter boost, though. Look at this.
I really like this. Did they try in the pistol, or was it the gun?
They tried to look up there, but the triple grenade through. Fnatic, how much research have you been doing at that point in time when you see such a rare boost actually being countered by 3 grenades? That's crazy.
I think this just speaks to how well Fnatic are prepared for this event in general. Just to know so many small nuances, it's unreal. So Pronax does find Guardian, and Zeus, though, could maybe lurk around somewhere and find a little something for himself.
The bomb is in the middle as well, so actually if he gets like 2 kills, there's a chance here. He's
holding his nerve
everyone,
as well.
But now if they spotted him out, they haven't yet. He's right there, gets the one, gets the double, turns around. Oh, Crims is there to stop it. Still, excellent effort put in by the Russian player, and it's going to be back into a 3v3 now. And they should have a good clue. He spotted so many people there. He must realize there are more nearby. And certainly Na'Vi are getting into position here. Zeus going for the kill, takes down Olofmeister. Crims and Flusher left. Good kill from Flusher, goes for one more, and Zeus walks into it. There's nothing Edward could do anymore.
3 HP. He's going for this, but as you said, very little to be done. And with so much information gathered, I can't believe they let that one slip. But a pixel spotted out. He does find Crims. Now 1v1. Edward looking for Flusher, but Flusher waits patiently. On ticking. Flusher just casually waiting for that time to get closer and closer as Flusher peers out. Edward knows where he is, but these shots aren't connecting, and Edward edges closer. Flusher's just dancing around him, and there's nothing to be done there. As you said, Edward gave it a good try, but the best he can hope for now is maybe getting away alive, and with maybe picking up an extra kill there.
Man, what a round though. Ceased very, very nearly bringing it back. That was so close. You feel bad for him at that point in time. If there had been no one flanking him, I mean, he could have maybe got out of there. If there had been if Crims hadn't been rotating in,
yeah,
maybe Ceased would have even discovered that the bomb was in the connector there as well. So there's a lot going on, but ultimately, it's still looking just almost unbelievably good for Fnatic at the moment. 9-1, playing T side on this particular map. Na'Vi, they got to step up. They need to make this 9-6 as an absolute minimum to try and come back in this game. It's not over yet for the Na'Vi team, definitely not, but it's getting rough. That's a money grenade though. Starix in a position he hasn't played before. This can work out. Flashbang through once. Starix can't see a thing. Not going to get the kill. And Crims knifing JW. What's going on? Crims takes down Zeus as well. So it's a double kill. Well, I guess technically a triple kill currently for Seized. Oh, sorry, for Crims. Just, he doesn't want to share any of the fame here. Edward, great headshots going through, but he will still go down. Crims now with 3 kills in the round. And another one on one of his teammates, knifing him in the chaos. Oh, look at this. Seized. Walking on up. Crims, and oh, he finds the headshot. Absolutely stunning play from Crims. This is the problem facing Fnatic. Even if you kill Olofmeister, there's Crims. If you kill Crims, still Flusher and JW and Pronax left. It's so scary.
It is a terrifying lineup to play at any single point. And as you said, even in the individual level, 1v1 or 1v anything you want, you're never going to find that comfortable matchup there. And 0 to 11 Starix really struggling in this one. Guardian not having much of a better game. And considering these guys were performing extraordinarily well in their first game of the day, this is a drastic comparison. But Guardian this time will finally stop at least a touch of Fnatic's hold in this by picking up 2 very early on.
Nice flashbang that's going to go over the top through those windows. Very cool stuff there. Grenade out to put Seized a little bit lower. Should still be around here for Na'Vi, getting those 2 entry frags so big. Edward going to take down JW, although it took a while, but still looking pretty good. Pronax going to be dropping Seized, and now it's back into a 2v2, and Na'Vi giving up a lot here in spite of the big lead they just had. Edward walking up behind, though, should be a free kill on Pronax, who does have the bomb. So this should be the winning moment, but Edward looks the other way. Pronax wins the fight, and Na'Vi now in a lot of trouble. Still 45 seconds.
If only he'd picked up that 1 kill. The bomb would have been down, they could have done something. But as you said, now Guardian has to pick it up, but no, Olof again. How are Fnatic winning these rounds? Everything at the start said, Na'Vi, you got this one. This is finally your one to stop it, but it's just so incredible watching Fnatic just grind their way back into these rounds, kill by kill.
Yeah, and that's also down to Na'Vi not... I think they are definitely on tilt mode at this point. I think the communication is lacking quite a bit. I'm trying to get a look at them, and they don't seem to be talking that much currently, which you gotta do. I mean, when you're in that 5-on-3, you just gotta be able to talk to each other and say, everyone play it cool, no one else keep fighting. Again, the double grenade last time was a triple, but this time Guardian falling to it. They just see it coming. Fnatic have
everything.
An unreal read on what's happening on the Na'Vi side. JW nearly going down, surviving on exactly 1 health. This is actually just a stellar performance from Fnatic.
It's so clinical. It's beautiful to watch because they literally know everything that Na'Vi want to do. Na'Vi cannot get a step towards anywhere. A nade meets them if they get aggressive. If they play slow, you're going to have every single player slowly grinding towards you as Olof will begin pushing the back. But it's Flusher to find it, and Fnatic just extend this monstrous lead. I've never seen Fnatic looking this devastating.
It's crazy, especially because there are lots of ways you can lose. And I think the most annoying thing is someone watching the game is watching a team lose, having the same setup over and over. But actually, Na'Vi have tried to come up with a variety of different things.
They have been adapting.
Yeah, they've really tried to adapt. And it seems like every time they do, Fnatic just know what's going on. And a lot of the credit, I mean, in spite of the fact that, you know, we're looking at the frags so much, has to come to Pronax. The amount of research put into this stuff is uncanny.
Even on the most minor level at times, as you pointed out, Edward being boosted up, it's just being read like a playbook at the moment, which seemingly Fnatic have stolen away from Na'Vi, because every single step they know what's up, and might just about falling short of Zeus there.
Pistols and armor back on the Na'Vi side. They are so desperately far behind at the moment. Zeus is going to have a lot on his hands. The 5.7 is such a good weapon. At this range, at this distance, it's one shot, headshot at this here, but there's 4 people coming. I don't think even he could do this. Zeus turning around, he's going to go down, almost like he was sacrificing, offering himself up to JW, just take my life right here. Olofmeister taking down Starix, and Edward will be the last man. I mean...
And they're even able to maintain so many flashes, smokes. You could see them predictably trying to turn when we saw prior Fnatic using these new little pop flashes through smokes, but now they're just bullying their way into sight, and they don't even need them half the time. And as you said, Edward, there's not much to be done here.
What's really weird about the Fnatic team is that at previous events, at DreamHack and at Cologne, obviously, which like they've been playing at a really high level. But actually, since then, in the new year in 2015, they had a bit of a slump going on. Weren't playing up to their full level, and I think they knew it as well. Just from talking to them, they weren't getting the same amount of practice. But it kind of feels like maybe they have going into this event. This is looking like a really incredible Swedish team. This
looks like a team who are already just eyeing up the finals almost. These guys are prepared for every single step on the way. Starix, there's times you got to just laugh, I guess. It's 0-13 for this man, sadly, and
I think at this point they would have hoped that it would have been overpass or cash or something instead.
Something else, yeah, because I don't know what to expect. But Guardian does at least pick up Pronax this time, so kicking off the round quite well. However, we've seen this man pick up 2 and then still losing out in the end.
Yeah, how long was he flashed for then? Just like a 5-second flash. Now he's going back for extras, and you're going to pick up Crim's Guardian. Needs one more kill, gets it as well. That's Flusher going down. And it's Olofmeister and JW left, and Olofmeister going to fall as well. It's looking like a perfect round coming out of Na'Vi, which it should be great. It should be a moment to celebrate, but it's hard to do at this point. You know it's too late.
Yeah, and even Edward sitting on the auto sniper, no armor, just having a great time. So JW now, as you said, last man in this, but even in my brain, I'm finding it hard to down him just in case. But sees just about turns, and at least they will get 2 for their CT site. I don't know what to make of this, and I don't think they do either.
No, like that kind of laughing, I think, is not you know, great job, guys.
Yeah, nicely done, guys. Well done.
It's more I don't know what's going on, but it wasn't what we had planned for. Cobblestone seems to be a map that does that to some teams. I can't count the number of times we've had in major tournaments teams come out and say, we put a lot of work into Cobblestone in practices, we feel confident that we're going to win it, and then get crushed completely. First time we saw it, I think it was NIP playing Epsilon back in at Gamescom, and NIP got crushed by them.
Yeah, absolutely decimated. It seems such an extreme map as well, because obviously Na'Vi have put work in. We saw a lot of very unique boosts coming out from them, a lot of plays. They clearly look prepared, but then you look at Fnatic, it's a completely different level. They are playing so far ahead, at least how it seems to me. And is there any recovering from this? I don't know if there is. I think even they kind of are asking that question themselves. Of it's getting to a laughing matter almost by now.
Yeah, it's hard. You can hope that they're giving like the motivational speech right now, trying to get back into it, see if they can't swing it. Maybe Fnatic have a bit of a strange CT side. Maybe they're not as fluent as they should be either, but. Playing CT side, I mean, if you're playing a map you don't know, again, generally speaking, playing CT side can sometimes be easier because you just need everyone to get into one position and hold that position, right? You don't need to coordinate quite as much. I mean, on this map you actually kind of do, but still, I think Fnatic, even just playing really default, not coming out with anything clever, they should still be able to grind in the last couple of rounds.
I can't help but to agree with you, but just an update elsewhere. Penta are currently leading 6-4 with LGB. Dust too, so already seemingly stepping up a little late here, Penta, and I don't think anyone's expected that one either. However, we are still in this game, so let's turn our attention back towards it. Fnatic still 13-2 over Na'Vi. And Na'Vi's first game of the day, they performed very well. They played individually pretty higher than what we've seen them play in quite some time. However, this is a very different picture, and they know the gravity of the situation. They're going to have to pull out something special here for them to even get a shot at this game.
Look at how much Flusher's moving up. Exactly. CSET 75 goes for the peak, and I think he bit off rather more than he could chew then. Ends up down at 7 health, but he will stay alive, which means he's still a factor in this round that now we have to try and deal with. Still a good opening and forcing Fnatic back really early on. And Seized is ready for the counter boost as well. You see, they know, so probably this is something that multiple teams have actually been trying in scrims. Or in practice matches, because this is definitely smells like there's something going on.
Maybe they're right. 3-2 so far. Split. JW does manage to find Guardian, who comes in a little hap-handedly there, possibly trying to catch him out, but the rest of Fnatic still very calm and collected, just readjusting. But C's did manage to slip through at least, catches a glimpse of Pronax, gets the tag. That's too low here. Those CZs can do so much work, but it's Crim's coming in for the pickup. Now 4v3, do you see much happening?
Starich looked like he knew Olofmeister was coming up from behind. I'm wondering if he does. Edward will take down JW. It's looking pretty good at the moment. And actually, Fnatic might have to go for a full retake here. Edward going to be dropping Pronax. There's a double kill here. Needs a little bit more. Starrick still looking behind, and he's just playing a game of hide and seek. Goes back with the burst fire, and Zeus will pick up Flusher. Great round for Na'Vi. It's a slight step in the right direction, but only a very slight one.
And as much as when we talk to these teams, we ask them, you know, do these scorelines ever get to you? And they always answer, it's round by round. This is a very hard one to ignore those two numbers at the top of your screen. I'm hoping that they can take it round by round, refine that focus. Obviously, a big step up for Starrick's coming into this one. Probably going to get himself at least back, feeling a little more confident, but you can never write these guys out, Fnatic. Even with just those CZs in hand, they can cause so much damage. And we're going to see if Na'Vi can make it 4 at least in this one as they do make their way out towards the B-bomb site. Great Flash is holding back Krems, Olaf, and Pronax. Smoke goes down, but no one committing towards the side just yet for Na'Vi.
JW opening up with a kill, but returns swiftly. Olafmeister pushing through. And the Tech-9 not in his favor. It was a C-set instead, so not quite as good here. Zeus going to pick up 1 each, and Krims will go down as well. What I meant to say is if he had a Tech-9, I think he would have had a better chance then. C-set it's not the same powerful gun that it used to be in that sense for doing that kind of play. Na'Vi, though, I think that's actually a very conscious decision on their part to say, because I think they were expecting Fnatic to have scouts, at least 1 or 2. So they're thinking, if we slow play it, we're going to get slowly picked off, right? So we'll just rush it instead, make sure that we don't get ground down by the scout. And I think that's actually a smart play. I like what the Na'Vi just did. It seems maybe like a careless or a little risky, but I think it can be risky to do it slowly.
You can see the logic to the logic. You can see the reason to this. And already, early nades coming through. Once again, no scouts, no nothing. This is a very basic Fnatic, but that basic Fnatic can still do a lot of damage as Olaf awaits. Guardian will find him this time, and now we see 4 of them left alive. Next, though.
I wish he had a kid in the smoke and would just wait.
Yeah, I think he just got spotted there. Yeah, he did. He was playing it calm. You've got to give him credit. He was holding that one out, but it looks like Na'Vi will at least get to convert those 3 very well-needed rounds here.
Yeah. Edward is playing a really great game at the moment. He's playing a very high level of Counter-Strike, and the 2 kills here with the Mag 10, a lot of money on his side as well, so it all helps.
Yeah, Edward, even in his game against Flipside a little earlier, gave himself to 14-8, so playing extraordinarily well with a 71% headshot ratio. So he's finding his form, it seems, through this tournament. I'm hoping it continues because he is such a brilliant player. And 5-13 now. It feels like a matter of time. And look at this, Flusher and JW, the swags in hand.
See, this is interesting, because this is Fnatic's way of saying, we are so sure that we're going to win this, that we can go for it.
Wow.
And this is actually a way for Fnatic to let Na'Vi back into the game. If they win it, it won't seem like that. If they win this round, it's going to seem great. But if they lose it, it's a way for Na'Vi to feel like they might have a chance. Pronax opening up, taking down C's, a great early start. And I like the Mag 7 tower down in, going down in on the A side of the map over at
the Tower of Doom, pretty much.
Yeah, the A connector here, very interesting.
Yeah. So, it's going to certainly make Na'Vi be on the cautious side, losing out on that first player of C's, but Edward might be in for a bit of a shocking surprise. Pronax will alert the duo, and JW will pounce. Edward goes down, and now just 2 remain. Fnatic's rather bad-mannered strategy does seem to be working out as Flusher gets it in the end. JW with 2, Flusher with 1. I guess it worked.
It absolutely worked, and like I was trying to say, that makes it seem like, you know, it is a great investment in that sense. It doesn't even seem like it is a great investment, but the mentality of thinking, we'll just buy one round early, just to see if we can't just win this really quickly. It's one of the ways in which Na'Vi could have been bringing it back, but it isn't meant to happen, it seems like. Na'Vi have the money, I mean, more or less. Tech-9 on Edward, which isn't necessarily even that big a downgrade. Guardian has ZWP. See what they can do.
Looking forward to it once again, but Flusher and JW still sticking with those mags, so you're going to try and get the worth of them through here. Starks does get taken low very early on. And so little ground gained for so much loss. With 1 minute on the board, C's starting to pressure towards drop, but not really committing much anywhere, and Na'Vi liking to take their time. Nothing new within that, but let's see where they commit to towards the end, because they're so tentative at the start, and you can't really blame them.
Flusher, still got the Mag 7, and JW's got his as well. This is something we've seen Fnatic do on other maps as well, especially JW. See him play Nuke in Hut. It's a very similar experience. Guardian, not going to play that game though. I mean, that was sort of within Mag 7 range, but Guardian is one of those AWPers that can make it work at any range, basically. Sees doing the damage and wanting to catch the kill, but not going to be able to just yet. Olofmeister barely surviving that engagement.
Let's see if Na'Vi can find something else, because JW's just flashed them both. He's got Crims to backing up. Zeus goes down, and it looks like maybe he's going to find the follow. No, Starix denies, and now Crims under pressure. Crumbles a little as Seas does get it, and now Pronax holding strong, gets that one. Not going to get any more. Edward finally getting this one under wraps, and I think Fnatic might be starting to go, all right, guys, let's actually close this one out now.
They should. I mean, they definitely should and adapt that mentality of saying, let's make sure we have the equipment. Let's make sure we really respect Na'Vi here, because it's obviously still a major gap between the two teams. It seems almost impossible that Fnatic won't win this, but
Flusher again, just still.
He can't help himself, can he?
He's having a great time. You can't deny him for having fun, at least, but Na'Vi should at least convert this one as well. You know, P250s, CZs.
It's going to be a rip. Yeah, well, Flush is actually going to get a chance to see some action here.
Why?
So let's just watch this for a moment. He's got the bulldozer, and I think that's what needs to happen. He has to just bulldoze them either way, and it won't happen. Edward will take him down, so no luck there at all. Still, if they had actually walked in there one at a time, that could have been fun.
Yeah, Flusher is such a dangerous player, it looks like, in these situations, especially with that weapon, but not to be this time. 4 remaining players of Fnatic being taken to the very end of the clock by Na'Vi in this. No real surprise. But the real surprise does seem to await Seas. He does deal with JW, was boosted up. And as you said, this seems to be a spot that is becoming fairly commonplace, which is great to see the adaptation on this map already. But Na'Vi building in towards his A side, but look who waits. The man who did the unbelievable on the first half. Just around this corner. Edward sees line up. Oh, he doesn't get it. And it should be a good round for Na'Vi. Cleanly done in the end, not losing a single player. Bomb plant in. They needed that.
14-7. I'm curious how much Fnatic. I mean, again, I still don't think they've been pressured enough. I'm trying to look for those smokes that I was talking about, and I haven't seen any of them just yet. Probably when we reach quarterfinals, semifinals.
You reckon that's when it's going to be debuted?
Yeah, it'll be different. It'll be very different. Let's put it like that. 25 kills going into Olofmeister's account. I think he finished the first half at 20. So I mean, he's, been cooling down a little bit. Second half, still pretty damn good. Nice flashbang coming out here. Edward running, jumping and gunning, gonna get the 1 kill, turns around. Now the Tech-9 is out. Flusher very nearly dead as well. And Fnatic actually went for the buy this round. They actually didn't want to save at all.
Yeah, but Crims made it pay off. He's already picked up 2. And looking at this, they might still be able to stop Na'Vi and get to that ever so needed 15th round. But Pronax there catching more information, gathering it all together and backing himself up. Pronax and Olof sitting pretty, whereas Crims and Flusher a very different matter altogether.
Zeus and Edward also very low collectively, 9 health on them. So they're going to use Guardian instead. They say, well, you have to just wedge your way in, and he did spot Pronax. That could have been a free kill because Pronax was actually looking the other way. Going to get shot in the feet here, and grenade not going to kill anybody there. Pronax dodged the bullet just earlier. Goes for the kill here, does get dropped down a little bit, but still in the sight. Flusher is there. They need to deal with him somehow. Pronax will drop. Guardian looking for a little bit more. No scope, or the quick scope actually. Almost getting that kill in there. Guardian, it's only 25 seconds here on the clock. They need to get that bomb down. Flusher takes 1, and it's going to be the end of it. They got the bomb plant, but nothing else.
Fnatic finally starting to close things in. Starting to play that more standardized style, maybe, to a degree. But I think it was all about Crimson's play early on for me. Picking up 2 so early in the game, just denying Na'Vi into this round. And now here we have it. Fnatic, time to close out pretty much what they started so early on that first half. And Crims, a brilliant player, a mastermind within his role. Not really even being pressured in this one just yet, I feel. It feels there's so much more to give from Fnatic, and sadly, we're going to be seeing so little of them.
I don't know what to say. This feels like a case of Na'Vi just being there very, very late. Edward with the terrorist also sniper, the S3 SG1. Very, very rare that we see that weapon ever used, in fact. Su's not going to connect with the spray, but he did get a bunch of grenades in return. You always want to play the what-if game. What if Na'Vi had won the pistol in the first half and had got, even just like 6 or 7 rounds in on the CT side? Could it have been different?
Could it? Yeah. But I think you're in the same boat as me of, even if they did, I don't think we've seen Fnatic even stretched in gun rounds, especially on the CT side. They've had a couple here and there, but those Max Evans were certainly present, and look at those beautiful pop flashes coming out. Pronax just having what should be a very clean shot there towards Starix, and 5v3 now. It looks like Fnatic are on the verge of securing their first stage win, at least here. As Seized, trying to make something out of it, but Crims awaits, and Crims does find it. Zeus now gonna follow suit. Olaf even takes one down, but it's Pronax to close it out, and Fnatic pick up the win in some damn fashion.
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, if they had kept going, they could have almost made this 16-2 for themselves. So very, very cool stuff coming out from the Swedish team, and Olaf Meister off to a stunning start on that first half. What was he? 15-0-0 at one point before he's finally died, and that was incredible.
and I love the way it's something that we point out, and it's not an unknown fact that he'll often get the Tech 9 given to him, he'll get the armor himself, and then obviously he can do a lot of damage, but he ran Rampage throughout the entirety of Na'Vi, who were just kind of left watching, it seems, for quite some bit of that, sadly. But you've got to say, more than anything, Fnatic look like a team that can go on to win this, if that's just them warming up.
Yeah, I mean, and that is obviously no surprise to anyone involved, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has been saying, well, Fnatic and Envy, they're the two teams that could definitely make it. And for my value, I think Fnatic are maybe even a step ahead.
Well, from what we've seen so far, I'm absolutely in the same boat with you. It's been a beautiful display from Fnatic so far. I think we need to wait to see if there's anyone else who can maybe test them further down the line, because that was certainly not the harder game that we'd maybe hoped for. But overall, Fnatic individually, do you think they're stepping up? Is everything pretty much being checked right now for these boys?
I just think we're returning to the Fnatic of like their highlight period when they were practicing a lot. I think after, like in the new year, I think they just put a lot less practice in during January, and
a small slump.
Yeah,
it's hard to call it even a slump for them, but
I think they just took some well-deserved vacation time actually, and they, maybe it's actually a really smart choice because they seem to come back with renewed strength. They wanted maybe to save it for the major. And if that's the case, it's been working out pretty well for them.
And I'm going to ask you the question, how much do you think they are saving for those later stages? You were constantly kind of airing towards maybe a couple of smokes here and there that they've been holding. Do you think there's a couple of things left up their sleeves?
A lot. I think it's stuff that not only Fnatic knows about, I think other teams know too.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be a lot that we haven't seen just yet on all the maps.
Yeah, I think, well, that's enough from us. Let's hear it from them themselves. Let's head to the stage. Sean, take it away.
Thank you so much, Pansy. Thank you so much indeed. Wow. How does that feel? You are in tomorrow already. Today is now tomorrow for you. How does that feel?
It feels really good. That's what we are here supposed to do. Like, yeah, it feels good.
Well, obviously, people bigged up a lot. You guys are, arguably #1. So do you feel now, okay, good, this is day one done, start thinking about tomorrow now?
Yeah, now we're going to go back to the hotel, watch other games, and hopefully... No, we won't. I'm not sure if we will be able to know what team we're playing in the playoffs, but we're going to watch all the other matches and just prepare.
Now, do you have potentially any teams you'd like to avoid or like to see, predictions, anything you want to share?
Well, I would like to avoid Titan, but they are already out, so other than that, it doesn't really matter.
Now, of course, Na'Vi, no slouch here. I mean, they put up a good fight. How was it playing them, here on the stage? What did that feel like?
Well, we have a pretty bad record against Na'Vi, but Cobblestone, we haven't played it that much. We practiced it a lot before this tournament, and I guess a lot of other teams did as well. But it's such a new map that you don't really know what will work and stuff like that. So we didn't really know what to expect from them on Cobblestone.
Do you expect to see more Cobblestone in the run of the tournament? What's your feeling on that?
I'm not sure, actually. I guess we will see it in the playoffs at least because of the random factor and only one ban. But yeah, I think we will see more Cobblestone, actually.
Awesome. Well, I have to say, Jag älskar dig, för fan, and good jul, and tack massa, and have a great evening. Enjoy. Congrats to the team, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Over to